folks, buckle up because today we are entering the wild world of workplace communication. We all know that communication is key, but it's also one of the trickiest things to get right. We will chat about the different ways we communicate at the work, the pesky obstacles that can trip us up, and some strategies to make sure our messages get through loud and clear. Communication channels, your workplace toolkit. Think of communication channels as the tools in your toolbox. Just like you wouldn't use a hammer to screw in a light bulb, you wouldn't use email for everything at work. Let's unpack the most common channels. Face-to-face, the OG. There's nothing quite like good old-fashioned face-to-face interaction. It is rich in nonverbal cues like facial expressions, tone of voice, and body language. It is perfect for building rapport, brainstorming, and having those tough conversations where you need to read the room. Downside? It's not always possible, especially with remote work becoming the norm. Written communication, the record keeper. Emails, memos, reports, even those sticky notes on your monitor, they all fall under written communication. This channel is your best friend when you need to document things, give detailed instructions, or have a written record of what was said. But beware, tone can be easily misinterpreted in writing and it lacks the immediacy of face-to-face. Plus, let's be honest, nobody has time for a novel-length email. Phone calls and video conferencing, the hybrid. These guys combine the verbal aspect of face-to-face with a bit of visual if you are brave enough to turn on your camera. They are great for quick chats, virtual meetings, and connecting with remote colleagues. But tech issues can be a real buzzkill, and some conversations are just better had in person. Instant messaging and social media. Need a quick answer? Want to share a funny meme? Instant messaging and social media platforms are your go-to. They're fast, informal, and perfect for keeping in touch on the fly. But they can also be a major distraction, lead to misunderstandings, and are definitely not the place for serious work discussions. Communication roadblocks. Watch out for these potholes. Even with the best intentions, communication can go off the rails. Here are some common barriers to watch out for. The filter bubble. Have you ever played the telephone game? That's basically what happens when information gets passed down through multiple layers of management. Details get lost, the messages get distorted, and before you know it, you are playing a whole different tune. Tunnel vision. We all see the world through our own lenses, shaped by our experiences, beliefs, and biases. This can lead to selective perception, where we only hear what we want to hear and ignore the rest. It's like having blinders on. You might miss important information that doesn't fit your preconceived notions. Information overload. Emails, notifications, meetings, oh my. With so much information coming at us from all angles, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and miss important details. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. You might get a lot of information, but not all of it is useful or relevant. Emotional roller coasters. We're all human and emotions can run high in the workplace. When we are stressed, angry, or frustrated, it's harder to communicate that clearly and listen effectively. It's like trying to have a conversation during an earthquake. The message might get lost in the chaos. Language and cultural barriers. In today's globalized workplace, we are interacting with people from all walks of life. Different languages, cultural norms, and communication styles can lead to misunderstandings and misinterpretations. It's like trying to read a map in a foreign language. You might get lost in translation. Navigating the maze. Tips for effective communication. Don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. Here are some strategies to overcome those communication barriers and get your message across. Choose your weapon wisely. Think before you communicate. What's the best channel for your message? Is it a quick Slack message, a formal email, or a face-to-face chat? Keep it simple. Nobody likes wading through jargon and fluff. Get to the point, use clear and concise language, and avoid overloading people with information. Listen up. Communication is a two-way street. Active listening involves paying attention, asking questions, and showing genuine interest in what other person has to say. Empathy is key. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. Try to understand their perspective, even if you don't agree with it. Don't be afraid to ask. If you are not sure you understand something, ask for clarification. It is better to ask a question than to make assumptions and end up totally off base. Read the room or the Zoom. Nonverbal cues like body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions can speak volumes. Pay attention to these subtle signals to get the full picture. Communication is the glue that holds organizations together. By understanding the different channels, anticipating potential barriers, and practicing effective communication strategies, we can build stronger relationships, avoid misunderstandings, and achieve our goals more effectively. Let's strive to create workplaces where everyone feels heard, valued, and understood. Because when communication flows freely, so does success.